right, if you just joined us, this is still Enterprise Morning right here from my headquarters in Lagos, Nigeria, and Enterprise Television. It is. Now let's go to our main conversation for today. The Nigerian government has identified and is monitoring Nigerians abroad who are funding the hashtag End Bad Governance protests. The government has placed these individuals on a watch list and frozen the Nigerian bank accounts.
Very true. Moving ahead, the Comptroller General of the Nigerian Immigration Service (NIS), Kemi Nanda, announced that these sponsors will be arrested upon entering Nigeria.
In response to the protest, the NIS has increased the presence of officers at land borders and airports and enhanced surveillance to prevent foreign interference.
Moving on, the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Betukun, confirmed the identification of some sponsors, but withheld further details. He noted that many sponsors reside abroad and have their bank accounts blocked.
The Director General of the State Security Service, Yusuf Bichi, represented by spokesman Peter Afunanya, stated that the agency is monitoring those involved and collaborating with the Nigerian Financial Intelligence Unit to identify more funders.
Yeah, very true. And the announcements were made during a news conference led by the Chief of Defense Staff, Christopher Musa, following a meeting with the President, Bola Tinubu, regarding the protests.
The exact number of diasporians affected by the sanctions was not disclosed, but the move is likely to face criticism from human rights organizations. Now, still with us in the studios to do justice to this very important topic, Evan Sufeli and Barrister Tunji Abdulhamid. Thank you, gentlemen, for hanging around. And let's get into this main topic. But before doing that, I'd love us to, if possible, go back to the days of the military dictator, Sani Abacha. And according to Global Law and Policy Database, I would love to read this. The government of Sani Abacha has restored harsh detention powers, detained further government critics, and used excessive lethal force as it tries to halt pro-democracy protests, which have brought parts of Nigeria to a virtual standstill in recent months. Is this different?
It's not different. I mean, the federal government is looking for those as sponsors. God. This government, instead of them to address the issue at hand, the sponsor of the protest is hunger. That's what is sponsoring the protest. You cannot lead people like this and you want them to be calm and normal. What they are going to do now is just to disrupt some persons. I know what they are doing. If you go to the Twitter space, there are Nigerians in diaspora that hold meeting on Twitter space very well. And there they devise strategy as to how to make Nigeria better, how to go out and protest, how to, make demands before government. There are so many of them. Many of them used to be here before the NSAS. Many of them had left. So many of them I know are lecturers, writers. We have so many resourceful Nigerians out there whom the federal government pride itself are those who have increased diaspora remittance, which has impacted humongously on our economy. Okay, federal government praised them. Now, they are saying that they are the ones supposed to put them on watch list. Sponsoring protests, is it an offense under Nigerian law? What do you even mean by sponsoring protests? What does that mean? Is protest a crime? Because if protest is a crime, then anybody who sponsors it will become an accomplice, or when you say you can charge together for conspiracy, right? The action, the act itself is not a crime. They are saying those who are sponsoring people, you're going to put them on watch list. On watch list on what crime?
What if treason is the crime? If alleged treason, according to the federal government,
is a different thing. Treason is a different thing.
Like treasonable acts, because that's what the federal
government
is actually saying.
It's not treasonable act. Nobody has been charged for treason based on protests. You understand? It's protest. Protest should be seen. You give it the ordinary meaning. In judicial interpretation, give it the dictionary meaning. It is protest. there's no treason, there's
Go
no attempt.
Go beyond the ordinary meaning.
Yes, there's no attempt.
Just go there and
Yes,
other roads.
there's
Protest is protest.
the federal government is reading into the action what is not there. And they just want to, victimize some persons. And that's exactly what they are doing. There is nobody sponsoring. What the federal government is the one sponsoring the protest. You know why they are sponsoring the protest? The federal government is taking thoughtless decisions. Decisions that will lead the country nowhere. And they are not able to admit the fact that these decisions we have taken so far, we need to renege on some of them, if not all. So when you cannot look the people eyeball to eyeball and say, I made a mistake, I'm sorry, we have to find a way to go back there. Or if we cannot go back there, let us look for an alternative. You understand? That is how a leader should approach issues. But now they want to use force again. What you read at the Abacha regime is not different from this thing you call democracy. And it's not democracy, really. And the person who is leading the country now was part of those whom Abacha sent on exile.
And who was contributing from there to Nigeria.
They even set up a radio station broadcasting into Nigeria from abroad. You understand? This one, we have not even set up any radio station. People just came out on the street, carry placard with pots. Could they have sponsored a woman to go carry pot? That is, are we not in the economy together? Are we not seeing the whole thing?
Thank you, Barrister Philly. Now, moving on, for the record, the issue of the said sponsors are claims being made by the federal government through security agencies, so you take note of that. And over to you, Barrister Tunji. From Sani, the protest is sponsored, and he further stated that it's about regime change, not hardship or bad governance. At this point, would ask, are the government really listening to the people, or they are just judging the actions of the people?
You know, when you have people who are masters in protest, who are masters in holding government to account, who are masters in opposition, knowing how to check the ruling party, who are masters in painting the government in power in bad when you get to the power, any step anybody is taking, you see it as that thing you have been doing. So for me, it's just I know I've only been saying it here that I don't believe we are practicing democracy. That what we are practicing is civilian rule. So there's no democracy in this country, because like the question he asked, is protest a crime under our law? You know, those in government sometimes they amaze me, and I'm not even amazed, because sometimes it's deliberate. Because I don't even know protest. They mix 2 to 3 things together. There is a difference between protest and the consequence of what happened during protest. Those are different things. If I sponsor protest or I organize protest and it became crisis, I am not supposed to be held responsible. It's not me. The security agency to look for those who created those problems while those things are going on and punish them. You cannot say because I organized protest and because of what I organized it, there was hijack somewhere. So therefore, I should come and be responsible. That is not the law. Which offense are you going to charge? Which offense? So for me, I am not aware of any law. Maybe I have not read a law to that effect, and the lawyer said it. God forbid that lawyers knows all the law. I'm not aware of any law that says protest is a crime, that says protest is an offense. So if protest is not an offense, how will sponsoring it be an offense? This same set of people who are in government today, in fact, when they were preparing for this protest, they even used that one to boast and say when Asiwaju, the current president of Nigeria, was leading protests, was sponsoring protests, he came out openly to identify with it. Was he arrested based on that? Was he detained? 2012 protest was sponsored by people in government today.
Were they put on watch list?
There was no watch list, there was no any arrest. And I was told that the ordinary sensitive that were used that time, that was 2012, that it was even rented with 1.5 billion or so to know how powerful we have a stage. I think we are doing party.
There was a stage, yeah.
A stage, and we are told that the sound system that are being used for that protest that time, that per day is 1.5 million or so. There are steady food, fast food, everything. There are waters. Who are those bringing it? Was there any investigation as to this? Because they are doing the right thing. The protest is not an offense on that. You can only say I have sponsored a protest and therefore I have committed a crime if protest itself is an offense. So the consequences of the protest is a different thing. So that's what they are mixing together. That during the protest, people are carrying flag. Yes, was I the one that said they should go and carry flag? You have to ascertain that for you to pick me. And even in fact, it's a bit of fundamental right for anybody's account to be blocked.
Exactly.
Because that
yes.
because you are being victimized. So because if you say some people are carrying flag or are calling for a regime change, you must ascertain those people and punish them. You won't generalize it and say because somebody organized a protest, that was why they are able to say that. No, they must do things. You see, I don't know how to say it in English. They say the person who is always killing people. You know, when your job is to that's the normal that is to kill people. Whenever you see anything like cutlass, you run away. You think they want to kill you too. So that's what it is. So they know the impact of this protest. They know the consequences of protest. They know what effect it will give to them. And they are trying to ensure that this protest whatever they want to shut everybody down. So that when they do all this thing they are doing now, nobody will think of want to protest again.
Thank you, Barrister Tunji. Now, looking at the synergy at which the security agents are cooperating with the government to actually shut the citizens down in terms of protest and the way they are being able to pick those in diaspora claiming that they are the sponsors of this protest. If such energy is put into the insurgency in the country, do you think, or in our country, Nigeria, do you think we will still be having the cases we are having when it comes to Boko Haram and co?
Whenever it comes to insecurity or the Boko Haram or the bandit or whatever, the cloud is always not clear. So their intel will not work well. The camera will not see anything. It will be blank. So that is when it comes to holding government to account. In fact, before you even start it, they know who are doing it. So it tells you that the security agencies have the capacity to deliver if they truly want to deliver. The information, the intel they have to be able to ascertain who are behind this protest within how many days. If, like you said, if they have channeled that energy into or that resources or that intelligence into ascertaining who are behind banditry, who are behind Boko Haram, whatever, who are the Fulani killers expert. You know, there are killers expert. Who are these people? If they have to date, I'm not aware of any strong person that has been arrested and said this is sponsor of Boko Haram. They will tell you they've arranged people, they've taken people to court for sponsor. Those who they catch on the road say go and buy us food. Those are the ones they will call sponsor of Boko Haram. People who are bringing, is it go and buy food? How much can that person buy gun? These people have sophisticated weapons. Some people must be providing them with those people. We have not heard of anybody that has been arrested and say, look, this one likely will have capacity to buy all these things. You see, they will know what they are doing. Most of this security, and there are a lot of permutation and theory that even regarding this insecurity we are having today. Some people will tell you there is nothing like this insecurity, that people who are supposed to protect it are the ones even making it more so that they will get more money. There are those people in that school of thought believing that they are just making it look like a crisis whenever they need money. That's what some people are. Some people are even saying that, look, there is nothing like Boko Haram in Chambisa. Some people are saying that. That is just a deceit, that there are some things behind that Chambisa that some people are benefiting. That they want to send people away from it. That's another school of thought. So there's a lot of, so all these school of thought are open. Why, as our military and who are this intelligent, not be able to unravel those mystery, so that we'll be able to resolve all those permutations, and they will be able to give us correct position of things. We are not, but they are able to ascertain those who are behind legitimate protest. Protest is one of the ways of holding government to account, and that's why I say I am not aware of any law. You know, I may be, even though at over 20 years in practice, I may be a baby lawyer to them. I may not know, but that's not an offense. The father of law has said it, I'll repeat it again. Said, God forbid that lawyers know all the law.
All right.
So if I don't know all the law, it's not an offense.
All right. So
I am not aware of any law that.
There's none that exists. There's none that exists.
No, you may say that you don't. You will not say you know it all.
All right, so let's look at the case of victimization against those possibly whose accounts will be frozen. What do you think is the legal advice or the legal process if a client comes up and say, this is the issue that I have? What are the processes, especially knowing that you are going against the system?
Well, the process is very clear. Section 45 of the 1999 Constitution as amended says that if you discover or you notice that your rights is being or likely to be breached, your fundamental rights, you approach the High Court to file a case to enforce your fundamental rights. Okay? That is so. Those who have been fingered or noticed, or those who have been informed, they don't even need to wait for the federal government to freeze their account before they proceed to enforce their fundamental right, because they already have notice, has been, or likely to be breached. You can go to court on the preemption, on the preemptive basis of the facts.
Yeah.
You understand?
No, you said about right?
And that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So you can actually do that. Then for those who wait until it is frozen, in the same process, you go to court and file for the enforcement of your fundamental right. Now let the federal government lawyers, let them go and tell the court that protest is an offense under the law, or that let them bring the evidence. Because the truth is that when you get to court, they must present evidence. Okay. You understand? So let them bring the evidence to court and then do all that to show that truly you will have the right to do so. And the federal government will also have to obtain an order. Usually they do it through motion ex parte, and they just go, they send it to the banks and start to coerce the banks to freeze the foreign accounts and all that. But that's okay. When they freeze it, the person involved, they know what to do. They approach their lawyers immediately. You understand? And then we'll go to court and sort it out.
But can the judicial be trusted? Can the judicial system in Nigeria be trusted?
Yes, the judicial system can be trusted. Why not?
To an extent.
Why not? Because
I will not sit here
and
defend what I cannot defend.
It's not the bad defending.
There are some cases that are very clear. And then because the government is involved, you see the court will be dancing. And they will be dancing. And they will say, in fact, they will talk that and say it's a security risk. And therefore they have to.
This is where
I'm not sitting here and defend one government. I'm not saying all of them. I'm not saying all the time.
There are judges. There are judges that don't have guts.
They will not give it to them. They will not give those things to them.
Judges that when they see some cases that I'll fight a case before against the federal government on there's an issue on public health care where the constitution has made it clear that it is responsible of federal government to provide health facilities for the citizens. So on the basis of that, I went to court before one of the federal court. I won't mention the judge, and he looked at it like this. He was doing my file like this. Say, I can't say. I was saying, my Lord, what is it? You understand? Because he's scared of the federal government. You understand? But that is not his training. That is not supposed to be the way. He's supposed to look at the law and be blind to the parties. You understand? Be blind to the parties and look at the case. Is this case on the merit? Because there are many of them like that who will deliver. It does not matter whether the federal government is involved or not. They will deliver their ruling. And there are many. There are some who will take it and they will not know what to do again.
Can you give us the names of those who can deliver and
I can't give names.
That's actually not possible.
I can't give names.
Yes.
How many times have you seen the face of a judge in the news?
But France, knowing that most recently the salaries of some of these judges was increased to about 300%. How possible do you think that can be achieved?
No, you see the point. The point is
Their decision making, because of course who pays the piper.
They have names of judges they know they can use for this kind of job. They know they will play ball. They know them. They know them. That is the truth. And that's why you see some cases will go to the same kind of judge. You will hear this case, they will say social judge. You will hear this other social judge. Because they know that you know
some of them are pro-government, some are just
some of them are forced and they don't have any choice.
But
they want to protect their own job as well.
Yes.
And if they are sad today now, Nigeria will come out and say this man stands for truth. We have to protest on his behalf. Nobody.
But by look.
What I will not deceive myself is to say that once that application is brought before the court, it will not be granted. And as in application to freeze it. In fact, they even said it's been freezed already. Which is illegal. Because for you to freeze anybody's account, no police, no the DG of DSS, the IGP, they have no power to say bank block this account. No, there must be a court order. So once there is no court order, that's an infringement of your rights. Section 39 says you have the right to movable property.
They used to obtain. See what they do. They go to the northern area, those district courts. Those are magistrate court. We go to magistrate court here, they call district court there. They go there and obtain, because I did a case at SFU. They will just bring those orders and take it straight to the bank.
Sometimes those kind of orders, they don't have file.
It's expert. No file now.
I have them recently.
See what they do. They just appear before the magistrates in chambers with the processes. Didn't you see the one they used to remove Onoge? The motion. The exporting motion that didn't have the name of a council that moved the motion. Wow. We're asking where's the lawyer? Where's the name? Because the name of the lawyer that moved that motion is supposed to be on the face of that document. On the CCB case. You understand?
There's a lot of
didn't see it.
There's a lot of that that's not working
so a lot of things have gone bad.
Recently one of my clients' account was what's it called? Place on lien or something.
Yes.
And then I wrote the bank asking that it was illegal, that there's no court order. But they sent another to us.
They sent you another.
I looked the other, I realized that somebody that's in Lagos, the other was from Nasarawa.
Yes. That's what they use.
And I call a colleague that's in Abuja. Let me go and do site. I need CTC of this. They couldn't see any file.
No CTC.
There's no file. Because for you to get CTC,
so you cannot
you must see the file. There's no file.
You cannot even go and fight to vacate that order because the order itself does not have a bearing.
I was able to vacate, but I will tell you after the
so you won't let our audience get to know what the brief was?
You want me to be giving the free of charge?
It's a piece of paper.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen, for being part of our show. I truly did enjoy our discussion today. But of course, that doesn't negate the fact that if we must achieve a viable country, a sustainable economy, then the rule of law, of course, must be applied in all cases, and those in authority should do the needful to ensure that every Nigerian see relief, see sight at the end of the tunnel, obviously.
Yeah, true. And we hope Nigerians will definitely have a voice that will be heard, because at this point, if the judiciary cannot speak up or defend the citizens, who will?
Where will the citizens run to? Pastor, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, you were saying something at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
I'm asking, what are you saying?
Right at the end of the tunnel.
Light at the end of the tunnel. You must be able to provide that wire. Before, so that for you to live. There's nothing like that now.
Well, Nigerians are hopeful. We're very prayerful people.
And what we have is, hope.
It's hope.
No.
All right, so thank you so very much, Pastor Fansofeli, for being part of our show today. Pastor Tunji Abdulhamid, thank you for your professional advice and, of course, your discussions and making sense of all that we said today. But most importantly, we'd love to say thank you for giving us your time. You made this picture complete, we would love to say thank you. But please do well to visit our site at enterprisetvnews.com for more information on all that we have discussed and more. And follow us on all our social media platforms at Enterprise TV7. I am Henry.
And I'm Chuma Okoya.
On behalf of the entire team of Enterprise Television, we'd love to say thank you once more, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you. That thing that you told me at the...
Enterprise TV, a tradition of truth.